Hi gems, it's your girl Ambra, and today is all about this beauty. So I just recently received my Jaclyn Hills palette. As you know, it initially went on sale, sold out super fast, and then they did pre-orders for the next, but they're not going to be replenishing this stock in their inventory. And for me, I've never utilized Morphe brushes. Eyeshadows, you know, I got their contour powders, and I have a couple of their brushes, but I really haven't over-invested into the brand. As I'm still kind of testing out what I want to put in my kit as I transition for season, and especially for some of the clients that I'm picking up. I want to make sure that I'm investing properly. But I don't know. I think I'm going to blame it on just getting caught up in like the moment of I need this palette because she's amazing as a makeup artist. But more importantly, I feel like these colors are quite universal for all skin tones and shades. And you get your seasonal colors that you need. So you get your neutrals for those girls who don't like too much drama on their eyes, but you get stuff for the fall. So you get your oranges, and then you get your colors that you can definitely transition and translate in the summer months. So I went on ahead and grabbed it. Got it at the end of March. End of April? Actually, I got it earlier. They said they weren't going to start shipping them out until the 30th of April, but I think I got mine on the 15th of April, and I just haven't played around with it. I was like, oh, it's too pretty. I don't want to touch it. But today is that day, and I'm using it. What you gonna do? So basically, I just created this nice berry color, and it was inspired by my head wrap, because you know when I need a haircut, gems, I throws the wrap on. So nonetheless, if you are interested in how I achieve this beautiful berry concoction, keep watching. So I've already prepped my eyebrows, and as you know, I use my concealer on my lids as a base before I start adding shadows. But today I was primarily inspired just by my head wrap. You guys know how I do when I'm in between a haircut. The wraps is a must. So let's just dive right into it. Let me just open her. Oh, sorry. God, I almost broke my nail. All right. So I'm going into my Jaclyn Hills palette. I really don't have any excuse other than I saw colors that could go in my kit and could be universal across the various girls that I work on. And maybe I got caught up in the hype of just having something that Jaclyn Hill collaborated on. So let's just jump right into it. I'm going for my handy dandy e.l.f. Blending brush, but you can use any blending brush. I mean, you can use your MAC 217s, but I just really like this e.l.f. brush. Is this an e.l.f. brush? I'm lying. It's a BH Cosmetics blending brush. And I'm just going to use, I'm going to use this color here, which is kind of like a mauve rose colored. Let me grab a mirror, and I'm just going to use this color as a nice transition on my lid. The pigment payoff is quite nice. I don't know if you guys can see that I may be washed out a bit from my light, but I like it. I like it a lot. And I'm the type of girl that would do my eyes first before I put on my foundations and stuff. Sometimes I do it the opposite way, but I find that if there's fallout, it just smears on my concealers and so forth. So I'll go with what you know. Next color I'm going to use would be this one. It's a nice matte berry color. Super pretty. Swatch that for you. So I'm going to use that one. Wipe my finger. And I'm actually going to go ahead and use my, this is also a Morphe's brush. Also, the other one was BH Cosmetics. But this is my Morphe 429. And it's kind of like a slim tapered, but it has duo fiber at the top. And I like the way that it grabs the color. I'm just going to lay this right into my crease and blend those two together. It's just very precise, and I like it. And I'm going to go back in with my BH Cosmetics in the first color that I used, which is kind of like that rose mauve, and just blend this out. Make sure that the colors are really blended. And that's really, in my opinion, the magic to having a really nice eyeshadow application. I could do this until my fingers turn blue. Love to blend. And although I have other blending brushes, I don't know what it is about this BH Cosmetics. I think maybe because it's just so round and so fluffy, but I always gravitate. I mean, we all have our go-to brushes, right? All right. So we're blended in there. Then the next color I want to go in with is something a little bit deeper. And I'm not seeing, I mean, just for my complexion, what's really going to pay off, I'm going to use MAC's Shadowy Lady just for a dark plum in the corner. But the rest will be all Jaclyn Hill stuff, I promise. All right. And with that, I'm going to actually go and use my, no, I want to use that one. I'm going to use my MAC 217 brush. That's not it either. Oh, here we go. Living a lie. So I'm going to go in with my MAC 217 and my MAC Shadowy Lady just in the outer corners of my eye to bring a little bit more depth. As you know, I'm a hooded lid, so I need something that's going to give me more drama on the ends, and I just find that muted browns just don't do it for me. So I'm going to do that as soon as I find it. And that's this little beauty right here. It's more of like a gray plum, but it's a matte. I like to use it in my outer corners if I'm not applying like a black. I'm just going to pop that right here in the outer V. See, like already it's giving me more of a defined look and bringing a lot of a nice depth, but nothing too harsh like what a black would do. So I like to use it when I want to, you know, daytime drama instead of nighttime drama. And I'm going to go back into my ELF. Why do I want to say ELF? Maybe because it's black and solid, but my BH Cosmetic no product, and just blend those berry colors in with that MAC Shadowy Lady. Blending is the key. Okay. For my lid, what color? I'm like a toss between these two. But knowing me, I like to keep it bright. So you have two options here. You can use your finger to apply this shadow, or you can use a flat shadow brush. And I am choosing the flat eyeshadow brush because I don't want to use my fingers today. And this is just my Equal Tools. It's dual-ended. This one gives you a nice angled brush, more of a definer brush, and this is your flat shader brush. And I'm just going to kind of shimmy that in this color. And in my opinion, this is kind of like a duochrome berry color, but it's lighter, which I like. And I'm just going to pop that right on my mobile lid, just in the center. I'm not going into the corner. I want to do something different there. Okay? And then I go back in with my BH Cosmetics blending brush and I just blend that out. And then for my inner corner of my eyes, I think I want to use this color here. It's a little bit, it's a shade lighter than the one that I used here. And I'm going to use a definer brush. Oh, which I can just use the back end of my Eco brush. I'm going to place that right in the corner and blend it together to kind of create a gradient effect. Ooh. Next up, there's not an eye look without eyeliner. You guys know how I love my Inglaat 77. I find that it dries really matte. I do toggle a bit with my NYC liquid liner, but sometimes, I mean, as you all know, when you're doing your liner, you just have to pick your battles. Who's going to be more cooperative that day? You think about it, as Patrick Star says, you pray over it. Leave it up to the eyeliner gods and you go for it. But hey, if you're gonna jump into it, why not equip yourself accordingly? So you guys know I love my e.l.f. angled eyeliner brush. Just this little, just a simple bend really brings a little bit more ease to doing an eyeliner. And I'm just gonna go ahead and place this on my lower lash line. On my top lash line. Little trick, those who have hooded eyes, you don't wanna create a thick, dramatic line because you'll lose a lot of the shadows on your lid. So I like to keep it very thin, but then wing it out as dramatic as I possibly can because I live for the drama of a dramatic eye, not in life. All right, so I'm just tapping that in the inside. It's so creamy and it dries fast, which is really impressive. And then in one of my other tutorials, I used this eyeliner and I smudged it out and I love the way that happened. You just gotta catch it before it dries. So I'm just gonna, I like to look down, one, so that you guys can see it, but two, it makes my life easier. So just a thin line. So easy. And then fill it in. Listen to me talk about it so easy. You know how hard it used to be for me to do eyeliner? But practice definitely makes it easier. For something that you do on a regular basis, it's actually quite easy. So I'm just going in with a little bit more product. I dipped my brush back into my Inglaat because I want it a little darker. And I want to clean it up. You know, I want to have a really clean